Hi, everyone. So we are going to actually go over a few things that I forgot to do because I did not start the recording soon enough. So we are going to actually go over some of the things in the beginning. So basically, what you need to know when it comes to reading a 12 lead is you need to read the 12 lead the same way every single time. So you read the 12 lead, you read your rhythm strips the same every single time. You need to read your 12 lead the same way every single time. So what I'm showing you here is a cheat sheet I made of how to read a 12 lead. I know it looks intimidating, but the everything on the first page is everything you've already learned. So the first page is literally how you interpret the rhythm. So, how you read a 12 lead is you get your general impression. You look at the 12 lead snapshot and you're like, okay, this looks bad, or okay, I don't really see anything. Let me read it. Then you read from lead two, you read the rhythm. You go through this entire process, you find whether there's a heart block or not, and then you read at the bottom here, what's the rhythm. Then you move on to your precordial leads. Your precordial leads are going to show you where the STEMI is or where the STEMI imposter is or whether there isn't anything. So you're going to read it the same every single time. And then you're going to go through your STEMI imposters. And then you're going to decide whether you call it a STEMI or you don't call it a STEMI, whether you send it for consult or you don't. So please review this paper. I would print it out and sit it next to the strips that I'm trying to interpret so I can go through every single step, because if you go through every single step, you're going to be okay. This at the bottom is where the branches, the arteries are read on the 12 lead itself. So like V1 through V4 is the left anterior descending, or the LAD. The lateral leads are the left circumflex, or the LAD. So if you have an inferior lateral MI, then you're reading it from the LAD. The LAD is affected. At the bottom, you've got your left circumflex or your inferior. So these are the arteries that feed whatever part of the 12 lead you're reading. You need to understand these arteries. You need to understand these arteries and how these arteries work on a 12 lead. Think of a 12 lead like this. A 12 lead is the 2D representation of a 3D model. The 3D model would be the heart. And the 12 lead is the 2D representation. So you're seeing the left ventricle more than anything else when you're looking at a 12 lead. So down here at the bottom, you've got your leads down here. Then you've got your reciprocal changes. There's also another thing that I posted in Moodle for reciprocal changes, and that is located right here. And it shows you the reciprocal changes. Now, reciprocal changes are the mirror of the other side of the STEMI, or the whatever's going on. It doesn't, we are in such a short time crunch when it comes to getting through 12 leads and cardiology that I am not going to focus on reciprocal changes. But if you are curious about them, here they are. They're listed there. Now, imposters. This is a presentation that Kevin, my fiance, and I did together last year for UNC Rex. It was presented on STEMIs. It's the whole presentation is about how Wake County EMS runs our STEMI protocols. But the reason I posted it is for this reason right here: imposters. A very brief overview. This is the criteria of how you read an imposter. When it comes to a couple of them, like the left bundle branch block, the only thing you need to know is whether it's wider than 0.12 and if it goes downward in V1. And if it does, it's left bundle branch block and you've got a STEMI imposter. STEMI imposters are things that look like STEMIs, that aren't actually STEMIs because they're being altered by something else electrically in the heart. So, or even like pericarditis, which is an infection. So that's how you're going to read a 12 lead. And I would highly recommend, like I said, that you print this out, or that when you're looking at 12 lead, you're using my steps, because the more you use it, the more it's going to ingrain in your head that this is how you read a 12 lead, an EKG, and then a 12 lead. So remember that repetition causes neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity causes reinnervation or building of the brain. So make sure that you are looking at all this stuff whenever you're doing whenever you're reading your 12 leads. And that's it. Thanks.